The third national lottery license, which is expected to begin in June 2015, was recently awarded by the Department of Trade and Industry to Ituba Holdings. Former license holder challenged this in court. This is Tonight. I'm Bruce Whitfield. Tonight I chat to Seth Palatse, who is the chairman of Ituba Holdings, about how we run the lottery and run it better. Because first there was Utingo, and then there was Gidani, and now there is yourselves as Ituba, the third company set to operate the national lottery. Why is there this renewal of the tender process every 7 years, Seth?
I think it's based on the government way of doing things that that's how the whole thing was set. After every 7 years, there has to be an open tender, and including those that are operating have to tender as well.
Okay, because now Gidani...
It's not a permanent ownership.
Why is Gidani then taken Ituba to court and said, hold on a second, our tender's coming to an end, we don't like the fact that these guys are going to take it over?
Well, I'm not quite sure. We were taken to court. We did not take them to court.
Okay, what are the arguments in court, though?
Well, the arguments in court, they argued that the minister did not apply his mind properly.
But if the rules are that every 7 years the lottery operator changes, what's Gidani's beef? Because if I remember correctly, Gidani was taken to court also by Utingo when the changeover came. Is that just the way this operates?
It looks like it is the way it, unfortunately.
So in 7 years' time, we expect you then to be taking the next guy.
I'm not sure we can do that. We will look at the merits, of course.
Okay. Who is Ituba? What makes Ituba best suited to run South Africa's national lottery system?
Ituba has a very experienced technical partner in the form of GTech. GTech runs over 100 lotteries in the 52 countries. And Ituba itself has got the management experience in order to run that. Number three is that we are broad-based, 100% black-owned.
Isn't Gidani?
I cannot talk on their behalf.
Wasn't Utingo before them? I mean, that's the prerequisite for running the national lottery, isn't it?
Yeah, I cannot talk on their behalf. I can talk about Ituba.
Okay, give me a sense then as to why this is such a lucrative franchise. Why is it that there is such a deep desire in all countries around the world to run the national lottery?
From Ituba's point of view, is that we have to make enough money in order to enable the NLB to distribute to the charity.
NLB?
It's all about
National
Lottery Board in order to distribute to the deserving charities. So our aim is to be more profitable in order that we can distribute, or NLB can distribute to the deserving charities.
Right.
And of course we're businessmen.
Okay, but now give me a sense, you want to be more profitable and you want that profit to go then to the National Lotteries Board for distribution. When it comes down to every rand of lottery ticket sales, what constitutes profit on a lottery ticket sale as far as Ituba is concerned? What do you intend to make?
Well, the license stipulates that whatever we make, 27% thereof must be distributed to NLB.
Okay, so 27% of sales. So you will make 73% of every ticket sold. It comes as revenue then to Ituba. So that's an incredible amount of money.
But don't forget, there's an incredible operational cost in running the lottery. We have to run the lottery right through the 9 provinces, and also make sure that we have 9,000 operators, operators right through on the terminals. So that in itself, we have very high operational costs that we incur.
Okay, so out of that 73 cents in every rand that comes to you as revenue, how much will come to you as profit as Ituba? Profit that won't be distributed. What profit margin will you make as Ituba?
I don't have the figures at the moment.
Oh, come on, you must have. You've done a business plan. You've thought about it. You've gone through it.
I thought about it.
You're not going to pitch for a business like this without having a very good idea.
No, you are right, Bruce, in the sense that whatever comes to us enable us to remain in business profitably for the following 7 years. And that's how we structured it.
Yeah, but
and also it's structured in a manner that, of course, the license also stipulate that we're not just going to make tons and tons and tons of money, whilst the intended charities don't receive the same.
But 27 cents out of every lottery ticket goes to the National Lotteries Board for distribution.
Yes.
Is it not more efficient for me as somebody who likes to give to charity, to go and give my rand to a beggar on the street, because they get the full benefit. Not to give them 27 cents, but to give them the full rand.
Well, nothing stops you from doing that. But we now have a regulated way of ensuring that these charities receive that. But as an individual, please do that. You will be contributing to the needy in this country.
Okay, but from a lottery perspective, we shouldn't be pretending that this is a charity.
No,
73 cents out of every rand goes to running the business of the lottery. I mean, that is the brutal reality. It's not a particularly efficient fundraising mechanism for charity. Also, big issues in previous years, over which you have no control, of the distribution of money to worthy causes.
Well, I've said initially that we have to be profitable in order that the charities receive what it is planned that they receive. But on the other side, remember, we are businessmen.
Will you do it better than Gidani? How will you ensure that the National Lotteries Board gets more money and that the National Lotteries Board does its job of distribution?
It will be in terms of availing more games, availing more prizes, and just making sure that we market ourselves efficiently, that people realize that it pays to play.
I think I've bought 3 lottery tickets this year. The only time I ever bought lottery tickets was
but that's not enough, Bruce.
when the prize money was really big. Because ultimately, I accept that this is a selfish endeavour. I'm not doing this to give money to charity.
Okay,
I'm giving money to win big prizes.
Yeah.
Do we not need to have jackpots all the time? Because in the weeks where the prizes are 1 and 2 million, I'm sure ticket sales are pretty poor. Your research must show you.
Yeah.
that.
Well, normally, what in our marketing strategy, what we will make sure that we will give more opportunities for prizes. Number one. But at the same time, making sure that we remain in business. We cannot just dish out money and the next day we are not in business. Those charities will suffer if at all we don't generate enough revenue.
How will South Africa see a difference, whether Ituba is running the lottery, Gidani is running the lottery, or Tingo is running the lottery? What will be the visible difference?
Well, the visible difference will be the prizes, number one. Number two will be the number of games that we have increased from the current ones, which enable quite a broader spectrum for people to play.
Okay, so it's going to be a more visible national lottery.
Exactly.
It's going to be a more public national lottery. It's going to be a national lottery where you will be more rewarded the more money that you pay into the system.
And more importantly, it's going to be the awareness campaign. That's what we're going to concentrate
awareness campaign.
on.
But how can you, as the operator of the lottery, run an awareness campaign on behalf of the National Lotteries Board, which does the distribution? Isn't that its job?
What we will be running is to encourage people to play more. You understand? And this awareness campaign that we'll be embarking on immediately. We then start with our license. That is, our marketing strategy will have to be different from what has been the case.
Okay, so as things stand legally at the moment, you've gone to court. You were taken to court by Gidani, the current operators of the lottery. Their license expires in June next year. You've won that particular matter. They could take it on appeal in the new year, or is the legal battle done and dusted? Are you completely secure and ready to run the lottery?
I do not know about it. I cannot speak on their behalf. But as far as we are concerned, we've now been given the right to start preparing to be on board the 1st of June.
Okay, who are your shareholders in Ituba?
Shareholders in Ituba is about 8 black groups, right? The difference with the above is that our technical partner is not a shareholder in this instance.
So they're a service
provider.
provider.
He's a supplier.
Okay.
He's a service provider. But all the groups, we've got women group, we've got entrepreneurs, we've got quite a number of broad-based groups. It's about 7 companies.
Okay, 7 companies
that own, but it's led by Zamani.
Zamale. And who's
Zamani.
behind Zamane? Who's behind Zamane?
Zamani is behind a group of the Mabuza family.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so is this Jabu Mabuza? Is this
no?
This is because we've got to get our Mabuza sorted.
No.
So
it's Advocate Eric Mabuza.
Okay. Is this about the enrichment of 8 black groups? Or is it about the empowerment of 8 black groups?
Well, it's about empowerment. of 8 black groups.
How is there going to be true empowerment here? We've seen empowerment deals come and go over the last decades. We've seen wealthy individuals become even more wealthy. We've seen the Cyril Ramaphosa's of the world. We've seen the Saki Makozomas of the world. We've seen so many examples of empowerment gone wrong. How does this make empowerment work better?
Well, in terms of how we're going to run the organization, the representation of those empowerment groups in our board, they will be fully represented, and it will also cascade down to other lots to make sure that most of them are not passive, but to be active investors in there. And we'll definitely ensure that we don't fall into the traps of the past. What
other business interests have these groupings got together inside Ituba? Does Ituba do anything else? Is Ituba structured specifically to run the National Lottery?
Well, look, one of the groups is a technical IT group that has to where we actually have instructed our service provider GTech to transfer skills, and that's Paytronic. Paytronic is an IT company that is black owned, and they're going to understudy GTech for the next 7 years, so that skill is left in South Africa.
Okay. When this license expires in 7 years' time, will you sue the next guys?
We will not sue. We will make ourselves available to run it for the following 7 years.
Okay, so it is feasible that you could run it for another 7 years. The law makes it possible.
Makes it possible if we present an even better, compelling bid like we did now.
Okay, and so you got 7 years to work this business out for
yes.
Ituba. I'm sure Gidani hoped to. Does Gidani get wrapped up now? Utingo no longer exists, I suspect.
Utingo no longer exists, I know, but I can't talk on behalf of...
Yeah, no, you can't. But I mean, are these fly-by-night businesses or fly-by-7-year businesses? They're structured specifically for a purpose of milking the lottery system for everything it's worth within a 7-year period. It's not about sustainability of business. It's not about creating long-term opportunities. This is purely about extracting 73 cents out of every rand for the duration of a contract.
From our point of view, from Ituba's point of view, we got into here to answer to the call that has been made by government to say there are needy organizations or charity organizations in this country. One way of helping them survive is to run a lottery. And then we have availed ourselves with our experience and with our management skills to help government achieve those goals. And in the meantime, still run a business and be profitable.
I hope you sell lots of lottery tickets. I hope that the money goes to the National Lotteries Board, and that the National Lotteries Board does its job better than it has done in the last 14 years of the operating of the National Lottery, and gets that money to the worthy causes for which it's destined.
Exactly, and I hope you buy as many lotto tickets as you can.
And I did. I bought 3 this year. My guest this evening is Seth Palatse, who is the chairman of Ituba Holdings. He's going to be the guy who wants to be running the National Lottery from the middle of next year. But don't expect Gidani to go without a fight. 73 cents in every rand is a fight worth having. That is tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it. And you've got to be in it to win it. So go and buy yourself a lottery ticket. It's not really for charity. It's more for yourself. Good night.